So, Jason, you've been doing a number of interesting things in social media at Oxygen. Can you walk us through some of those?
Sure. When we launched the Oxygen brand a couple of years ago, digital was a big part of the initiative. We layered onto that last December this whole idea of social media with Oxygen Live, which is basically a digital dashboard that brings in Facebook, Twitter, a live chat with our stars of each of the shows. And it's created kind of a sensation in the sense that it's driven a huge amount of ratings impact for most recently the Bad Girls Club, but also Tori and Dean Home Sweet Hollywood. We're seeing ratings growth of 70, 80% year over year in some cases.
So what do you attribute it to? Can you break it down a little bit?
Sure. I mean, it sort of became kind of a controlled experiment in a weird way. We launched it in December of 2009, and we launched it live, if you will, on East Coast time, 10 o'clock Eastern time. And we saw this huge surge in ratings for the Bad Girls Club. So we went to the research folks and we said, what's going on? Where are all these new viewers coming from? And we realized that, 75% of them were coming from the East Coast. So now the East Coast ratings had grown 90%, and the West Coast ratings had only grown like 14%. So we launched that same initiative, Oxygen Live, which now exists with two feeds, one at 10 o'clock Eastern and one at 1 a.m. Eastern or 10 o'clock Pacific. And then we saw the ratings rise 70% on the West Coast. So we saw that it's directly attributable to, this sort of, we call it a real-time water cooler. It's sort of like, it's what people are talking about at the time. And so in real time, we have viewers sending out hundreds of thousands, if not millions of messages about our show, reminding all of their friends that it's on and to watch.
So where does this live? Does it live on Twitter primarily? Is it Oxygen viewers talking to each other?
Well, I think the thing is, none of us can be sort of precious about where they're talking about our products, our shows, etc. They're talking about us on Twitter, they're talking about us on Facebook, they're talking about us on Oxygen and Oxygen.com. What Oxygen Live does is, if you want to be on all of those platforms at the same time, if you go to OxygenLive.com, you can update your Facebook, you can update your Twitter, and you can see all that chat happening live. Plus there's some real-time polling that's going on, and you get to really interact with other Uber Oxygen fans.
Okay, final question really quick. Where do you go with this?
The next phase of it is to bring it analog. So in the next several weeks, we'll be launching this on air. We'll be actually creating a live, real-time feed of people's tweets, status updates, and chat, and bringing it actually to the TV screen.
Excellent. Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.